So the fourth lie that the enemy might try to use is to tell us that we have time to get right with God, or that we need to do something first before we get right with God. And so again, the enemy uses these to attempt to take us far from God and avoid scripture and avoid our relationship with God until, whatever thing it is that we're waiting on, or to say, oh, well, I can leave it for tomorrow, but we shouldn't do that. And I did make another video on this topic which speaks about it in more detail. So please do check that out. But essentially, that's a lie that the enemy uses. And so we want to go through that. And the part of scripture that we can use to speak over this is actually, well, it's taken from 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 1 to 2. I will display the entire verse, but I want to focus more specifically on the end part, where Paul says, I tell you, now is the time of God's favor. Now is the day of salvation. And again, I just want to focus on the part where Paul says now, because now is the time when we work on our relationship with God. Now is when we take our salvation seriously. Now is when we take our walk with Jesus seriously. And so I just want to advise you, please don't leave it for later, because we don't know what happens tomorrow.